Thanks for letting me come in, learn about the Civil War.
You're welcome.
I just took a couple notes about what I saw you do in there, and something I really liked was the PowerPoint. Is that something you created?
Yes.
Okay, so even though you are very knowledgeable with that topic, that was nice just to have a visual for the kids to see the information you were talking about, because there are a lot of numbers and dates and people's names.
Yep.
So it also helped keep you on track. Yeah, I thought that was a great resource. I also liked the video because the video you showed, the focus question was exactly what you said kids would be learning that day.
Yep.
I don't know if you noticed that or if you did that on purpose. But good planning on your part.
Thank you.
What do you think went well?
I thought I kept students engaged pretty well, especially I like to do videos and PowerPoints because I have something to always refer to.
Okay.
And then I always like reviewing at the end
Yep.
because it just shows how much students actually retained, and I can kind of adjust my plan the next day if
Yeah.
I'm allowed to.
Yeah. In your review at the end, I like how fast-paced it was. It was just specific questions that you had ready. I didn't see you, stumble at all saying, oh, what's next? What else could I ask you? You just knew what you wanted to ask, and that was the end of it. So, very good.
Thank you.
If you could change something, is there anything that you feel you could have changed to make the lesson go better?
Maybe instead of asking for a response, maybe calling on like a random kid, because then that kind of gets the class paying attention more.
Yeah.
Because they never know when they're going to get called on.
Yeah.
So it's probably something I can do next time.
Okay, so just more purposeful of who you talk to. So because you kind of wanted me to look at engagement, I brought in this checklist, and what I did was I just randomly picked 3 students, and then I said, I don't know if you saw my phone then, I had a stopwatch going. And I would only look up every 10 seconds at student 1, student 2, student 3, or you.
Okay.
You were active the entire time, 100% of the time. That was really nice to see. Student 1, you can see I kind of put the percentages over there. So I ended up looking at each student 10 times.
Okay.
Student 1, she was paying attention or engaged for almost all the time. There was 2 times where she was off task. Now keep in mind, I only look at them at these certain times.
Yep.
It's just because she was talking with her neighbor.
Okay.
But she was engaged for most of it. I just happened to catch her. This student, such a great student, was sitting at his desk listening the whole time. Wasn't volunteering any answers, but I could tell he was focused in on you. Once again, this just happened to be the one time I looked at him and his head was spinning in circles. So that time, but look at that. I mean, 90% engaged. That's great. And then student 3, she answered one of your questions. I thought that was really nice to see. And then for the others, 80% engaged for student 3. So the other thing I kind of kept track of was I just took 5 random minutes and looked at the opportunities to respond, whether it was a group response or an individual response. And the first 5 minutes, I did it twice. That first 5 minutes, you could see there was 1 group opportunity to respond and then 1 individual opportunity to respond. So I agree with you when you said, maybe you could call on specific people that might help. So I want to come up with a goal of something that you could work on. Do you want to use that as your goal? Either classroom student engagement or opportunities to respond, which basically go hand in hand together.
Probably the giving the students more opportunity to respond.
Okay, so increase the opportunities to respond within, a given time frame. Okay, so let's talk about strategies that we could use to help increase that amount of responses or opportunities. Do you have any strategies in mind?
Maybe kind of like a turn and talk to your shoulder partner.
Okay.
Like,
go
through a slide, get away from the slide, turn and talk. What did you just learn from that slide?
Yeah.
So that way it's just not continuously me talking and then
Yeah.
just asking individual response, because otherwise I'll be getting like the same 3 or 4 students responding the whole time.
Yeah, and you do. You have those couple boys that love the topic that you are teaching them. They are so into
Yes,
it.
I love it.
But this might help get those others involved. For Turn and Talk too, one of my favorites is, yes, turn and talk, but then you can ask a couple kids to share out, but have them share what their partner said, just to make sure then they are actually listening to what their partner is telling them.
Okay.
Just an idea. And you could, for another one I was thinking of was, at the end when you did that quick review with all those questions, you could have them write their answers on a whiteboard quickly.
Good.
Because a lot of those questions, the answers were dates or people.
Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't take that long to write those and just have them show you.
Okay.
So, you know, that might get everyone involved. But is there anything else? Any other strategies?
I don't think so.
Okay.
With social studies being like just a short time frame, it's kind of hard to do so much.
Yeah. Well, and I
Short
think your social studies time is at the end of the day,
It is.
and they're tired.
Yes.
You
they
know,
are.
so maybe using these couple strategies, that'll help them be more engaged and kind of hook them till the very end of class. Okay, how do you want to monitor this? You know, I was thinking about our plan going forward and how could we check for if the progress is, if the students are progressing, if they're having more opportunities to respond. One of the things I was thinking about is just popping in, you know, and setting a timer for 5 minutes and just tallying, did the group get to respond? Was it an individual opportunity to respond? What do you think about that?
I kind of like that, but then also maybe something I could do on my own is like kind of just tally up if I remember.
Yeah,
Kind of do it on my own, and then I can check in with you like, hey, I just did this
yeah,
today. and
okay.
So that can be kind of also what our plan is too.
When you even mentioned, you know, just building in the PowerPoint instead of going slide to slide, you said just making sure you build in those questions within your information. That might help you too. So I think that sounds like a good plan.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for meeting
Yep,
with me.
Thank you.